By 1674, the political landscape of the Deccan was shifting. To consolidate his territory into a recognized state, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj prepared for a formal coronation that would transition his authority from a regional leader to a sovereign monarch. This map shows the western coastline, where the English East India Company operated. They sent an envoy, Henry Oxenden, not to participate in the ceremony, but to settle a purely commercial dispute. Oxenden's journey required him to ascend the steep, winding defenses of Raigad Fort. The location was an impregnable mountain stronghold, a physical reminder of the defensive power the Marathas now wielded. He arrived with a set of specific demands. He wanted the Marathas to pay for the losses the company suffered during the raids on Surat and to sign a formal non-aggression treaty. Oxenden's focus remained entirely on these ledger entries. He viewed the mountain's summit through the narrow lens of a trade representative, largely detached from the cultural and political weight of the event he was about to witness. On June 5th, the day before the coronation, a Maratha official named Niraji Pant delivered a strict instruction to Oxenden. If he intended to see the sovereign, he must be prepared to offer a formal tribute. This requirement created a moment of diplomatic friction. The English representative was forced to navigate a protocol that demanded he formally acknowledge the legitimacy of a ruler his company had previously treated as a local insurgent. Oxenden spent the night in the English camp, waiting to see if his presence and his tribute would be enough to secure the trade protections the East India Company required. At dawn on June 6th, the coronation began. As the sun hits the fortress walls, the rituals marked the official birth of the Maratha Empire. Once the sovereign ascended the throne, those in attendance recognized him by a new title, Chevre. This chart tracks the volume of the Suvarnasnan, or the gold bath. Moropant Pengale poured 8,000 gold hans over the sovereign. The offerings continued as Nilopant presented 7,000 hans, followed by 5,000 each from two other ministers. This sequence established the state's financial solvency in front of every domestic and foreign witness. Yuvraj Sambhaji Maharaj was seated prominently at the steps of the throne, a visual confirmation of the dynasty's line of succession. The logistics of the day were immense. The administration managed the housing and movement of 20,000 officials and dignitaries on this isolated mountain peak. Even the cynical Oxenden recorded his surprise at the gates, where he saw two fully decorated royal elephants. He noted the sheer difficulty of transporting such large animals up the fort's steep, narrow paths. By demonstrating the ability to mobilize thousands of people and heavy livestock to a mountain summit, the ceremony showed Oxenden that the Maratha state possessed a level of organizational discipline that matched its military reputation. Between 7 and 8 a.m., the narrative shifts to the interior of the court. This painting shows the assembly as Oxenden approached. To ensure he was noticed, his translator caught the sunlight on a diamond ring, drawing the sovereign's attention. Recognizing the gesture, Maharaj called Oxenden to the throne to accept the diamond ring as a formal tribute. From this close vantage point, Oxenden recorded a detailed physical profile. He described a man of 47 years with a fair complexion, a straight nose with a slight curve at the tip, and a remarkably sharp, intelligent expression. He continued his notes by describing a sparse mustache and piercing eyes, observing that the king's speech was exceptionally fast, clear, and firm. These clinical observations in a diplomat's diary provided a rare, objective account of the ruler's personal charisma and the quick, decisive manner in which he conducted state business. While the court focused on the grand rituals, the records of Dr. John Fryer offer a glimpse into the more mundane aspects of the English stay at Raigad. The English camp was struggling with the local diet. After days of eating dal, rice, and ghee, Oxenden and his colleagues were becoming increasingly dissatisfied with the food provided at the fort. Despite the massive pressure of the coronation and the management of 20,000 guests, Maharaj was informed of the envoy's complaints and personally ordered that a supply of goat meat be sent to the Englishmen. This order had an unusual side effect. The local butcher, amazed by the foreigner's demand for half a goat every day, climbed the mountain himself just to see who these meat-eating guests were. Henry Oxenden eventually departed with most of his treaty demands met. He left having witnessed a ruler who could balance the massive logistics of a new empire with the specific, practical needs of a single foreign guest.